Hey guys, thanks for tuning in to Chef Girl RD. Today I'm going to be showing you how to make a homemade chicken pot pie, and we're going to be making this right in the Ninja Foodi. So the very first thing I'm going to do is pre-cook my pie crust. This is just a frozen pie crust. I let it thaw out, and I'm just going to baste a little egg on there. So this is a 9-inch deep dish pie crust, and it fits perfectly in the Foodi. But to drop it in, I just made some foil strips that I'm going to use. Something simple like that. And we'll just drop that right in the Foodi. And I'm going to leave these strips on, obviously, for when it's done to take it out. So we're just going to set to bake. I'm going to do 350, and I'm going to go 15 minutes, but I'm just going to keep an eye on it. Basically want to take that out once it's done. All right, 15 minutes is up, and this should be done. Just want to be careful, the foil will be hot. And that does look done. So I'm gonna just take this out. I'm gonna let it cool for a few minutes, and then I'm gonna use my mitts, and I'm gonna put all the foil together and lift it right out with my lifters. All right, so the pie crust is all set, and I'm just gonna set that off to the side, and we can get started on our filling. And so I have here, you can use 2 to 3 chicken breasts or whatever chicken you wanna use. And you just want to cut it up into bite-sized pieces. And then I have a 1/4 cup of flour, a 1/2 cup of heavy cream, 1 cup of chicken broth. I've got a bag of frozen mixed vegetables here. This is a medley of corn, peas, carrots, and green beans. And then I cut up some potatoes, it's about a cup. I'm going to be using Italian seasoning, parsley, black pepper, and about a 1/2 teaspoon of salt. And then I have my pie crust here, but that's gonna be for the top. We'll use that a little bit later. You're gonna come over to your Foodi. You wanna turn it on Sear Saute to a medium-high temp, and we're gonna start that. So once that's heated, I'm just gonna drop in a 1/2 stick of butter. I'm gonna add in my frozen vegetables. And I'm just gonna saute this for about 2 to 3 minutes. All right, so that looks good. I'm gonna shut that off. Next, we're gonna add our chicken broth. Put in your chicken. And you can add your potatoes. Give that a mix. You want to level it all out best you can. We're going to add the pressure cooking lid. Make sure that's in the seal position, and we're going to do pressure cook on high for 5 minutes. All right, so that's all done. We're going to do a quick release now. All right, buttons drop, so I'm going to open it up. It looks good. So your chicken should be cooked, which it is. So that looks good. Right. So now we're gonna go ahead and change that to the Sear Saute again, to a medium high. I'm gonna hit start. You can go ahead and add your salt and pepper. Italian seasoning, and the parsley. Give that a stir. Gonna go ahead and add the 1/2 cup of heavy cream. Give that another stir. Now I'm gonna take my 1/4 cup of flour and I'm gonna pour it into a sifter, and I'm just gonna sift that right in, just to get any lumps out. Okay, and then we're gonna mix that up really good. So we're just gonna sear saute this for a couple of minutes until it starts to thicken up and bubble a little bit. All right, so this is bubbling nice and thick. So now I'm gonna turn off the heat and I'm gonna take the pot out and set it on the stove. This smells so good, look. Doesn't that look great? Oh, sorry. Try that again. Here we go. All right. So I'm going to take my pie crust now. I'll set that down. So now we're just going to take that and we want to fill our pie crust with it. However you want to do this. All right, so that's all filled, and now I'm just gonna quickly rinse out my pot. All right, pot's all clean. I'm gonna stick that back in my Foodi. And I'm gonna put the reversible rack inside in the lower position. And here's our chicken pot pie. Looks delicious. It smells amazing. So now we're gonna add our crust for the top. So I'm just using a basic pie crust, and I went ahead and unrolled it. And then I used some skewers to make my lines. You can do this however you want. There's really no easy way, whatever works best for you. And I used a pizza cutter. So basically want to get 12 strips. So I'll start by taking the first strip. I'll stick that right on the end. Something like that. And you want to flip these two up. And grab a cross piece. And go a little higher if you want. Then you're going to flip this one up and the two sides for your next piece. And you'll do this so on. All right, and when that's done, you can go ahead and just cut all your excess off. And you can just go around the pie and pinch or press that into the crust that's already there, or between the crust and the foil. There's really no right or wrong way, however you want to do it. You just want to push it down so it, when it bakes, it stays put. Should end up looking a little something like this. And I will just take a little bit of egg and we'll brush that on. All right, that looks good, nice and glossy. So now we'll take that and put it right back onto our lifters. Now you might have a silicone lifter, which is great. I don't have one of those yet, but I will be getting one. But for now, I'm just gonna do like this. And we're gonna pop this pie right back in the Foodi. Just set it right on the reversible rack. And then you can push these back a little. Something like that. Go ahead and shut that lid. And now we're gonna use the broil setting. We're gonna do 450 for 10 minutes. All right, this is done. Let's see what we got. Oh, that looks so good. Without burning my fingers, I'll pull that back a little so you can get a nice look. Isn't that beautiful? All right, so I'm definitely gonna let this cool before we take it out. All right, guys, so here it is. Looks beautiful. And we're gonna cut into this and see how it tastes. Not really any easy way of doing this, so I'm going to use a knife along with my spatula. That should be good. Looks good. Try a bite of that. Looks yummy. Oh my goodness. Wow. Wow. This is delicious, guys. You have to make this. It's so good. I really think this is the best pot pie I've ever had. No joke, honestly. So that's it. Really, really easy, and it's absolutely delicious. So you gotta try it. Homemade chicken pot pie right in the Ninja Foodi. So guys, thanks so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, click that like button and be sure to subscribe so you can see more videos like this. Bon appetit, guys.